Let's get it. Okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. First game of the day, see how this goes. Slightly hungover. Only gonna stream for about an hour today. Got the Vikings game at 1. Very excited. This guy thinks I want 50-50 him. He's like, this is my castle. But is it his castle? Good move going height. Good move going height. Not good enough, bro. Not good enough. It's my castle. I am the king. I am the captain. It's good because it's a passive drop, but there's plenty of mats to farm here. You're going to get a little kit together, probably some shield, and luckily, easy rotation to the next zone. Nades are pretty broken this season, so I don't mind carrying them early game, but typically late game, you won't see them in my loadout. I like to rock shoddy SMG AR or shoddy AR sniper, and then typically white heals and blue heals. I see a lot of pro players only rock 1 heal and grenades, but and I like to heal up. I'm not on that level just yet. Nowhere near pro. Plus, with no mobility this season, I think it's so important to have some white heals to try to deal with the zone. Rocket launchers are a beast. They're obviously a huge part of this meta, but they can be more trouble than they're worth, especially in solos. So in solos, I like to place top 10. Obviously, my goal is to win, but I'm not too disappointed if I finish top 10 because there's a lot of good players out here, a lot of sweaty players. Whereas in squads, duos, if we don't really win, I don't really care. Top 5, top 10 doesn't really mean shit to me. But in solos, I like top 10. I like to rack up the top 10 placements. I love any place where you can farm up plenty of stone. It's my favorite map to work with. This guy missed a chest. He was so anxious to push me before I could shield up, which is not a bad move, but didn't really work out for him. Now the age-old question: SMG or burst, or SMG or sniper. But I would like to change this burst for an AR for a. Because I like the fire rate of a regular AR if I don't have an SMG to compensate. If you're going sniper, tac, burst, you don't have a lot of fire rate, you really can't shred cover. I just want to get about 500 stone and keep it moving. Now, because I have the med kit, I can kind of take my time, kind of get a little cute, rotating and take some storm damage if it gives me the opportunity to find some better loot. Which is especially true when you get 2 med kits. Beautiful. I think the chests that are here might have been open because I don't hear any. Yeah, so somebody's been here. And this season's unique because there's 100% chest placement, or however you want to phrase it, which means wherever there's a chest, that chest is going to be there every game, 10 times out of 10. Which I personally like, because you're not rolling the dice as much on your drops, like especially in solo games. Weird rotation. a pit stop at Sweaty Sands. There are probably people still there. It's actually a good care package for me to grab. I gotta be quick. I don't love the fog, the darkness going on right now, but it kind of works to your advantage at points. Beautiful. I can kind of use the water here to get in. That's a purple SMG. I love those P90s, but in this case, I'd rather have the bolt, the purple bolt. It's gonna be a little close. We're gonna have to burn this med kit probably before I even get in. Actually might get in front. Apparently they nerfed the speed of the storm at some point this season. I'm not really sure. I don't know if they dropped any patch notes at all, but it seems like they did. Because it was just fucking brutal first couple weeks of the season. First week or so. Whoops. Heard that fighting, probably by the care package. Maybe I can get a cheeky snipe. Like to get in and met up. Decent angle, as long as no one's on the bridge to snipe. I see a chest on the bridge. Somebody got that care package up there. I'm gonna try to roll up, get a snipe on this guy. He's sniping too. And if you got it from a care package, it might be purple or gold. Got a little bit of fall damage at least. I could shoot the bottom out here. And he got me with that chest. That's very disappointing. Wouldn't let me get my stairs down. It's a good trap. Good fucking trap placement. Dude had hella traps. The Traps are frustrating this season because typically you get to the other side of the 1x1, they're not going to hit you, but they're hitting you even when you're on the edge, so you really can't avoid them. Too sloppy. Building got too sloppy on the bridge. If I was able to get low ground or high ground, turn that into a shotgun fight, I would have beat him, but fall damage. But I'll take that. Top 10. First game of the day, sloppy. Another really good passive spot. I like to land in these mountains. Have a little rotation in mind, but the storm, if the storm is anywhere west or north, it could be a game over. But I do love this rotation. I do love my little route here through the mountains. Usually have a really good loadout. Usually can handle anybody that lands there. Traps are a real bitch in Fortnite. I'm a pretty below average trap player. And so this dude doesn't even really pull out his gun. He's just gonna wrap me up in a box, using the side of the bridge to his advantage, and shit'll hit you for like 160. It's kind of game over. Sure that was a bot, but what I love to do in solos is grab a shotgun or an SMG when you land, and then kind of go up to the high point and try to get anybody late landing before they have an opportunity to loot up. Nice little legendary chest. Should have a purple or gold weapon. And it's a scar. Beautiful. It's a pretty generous zone. This landing's gonna work out fine. rotate up here to these little campsites. Might have time to go down to this cabin down here. Maybe fish up a little bit. Get some floppers. Floppers would have been a huge help last game. After that trap. Fish in this game are really pretty broken. I mean, if you think about the fact that it takes 1 second to get off a slurp fish or a flopper versus 10 seconds for a med kit or 5 seconds for a big pot is really pretty insane. And you can stack 3 slurp fish, 4 floppers. It's really pretty crazy. So important in Fortnite to know where the chests are, especially in solos when you can't really rely on your teammates to bail you out. I don't really have time to go down here, but 15 bandages, I'll be alright. Gonna cap out here at this fire. Really like the pistols in this game, especially purple and gold, but there's really not a huge advantage to having them over an SMG or a sniper. See if we can't find a med kit. There you go. These zombies are for sure extremely annoying. And I haven't talked to one person that doesn't think they're annoying. They're cool for Halloween, but they're very glitchy. I think they hit a little bit too hard, and there's a bit too many of them. And the fact that you have to do 200 damage to them and really shoot a few bullets, draw a bunch of people to your location is frustrating. Gonna have to rotate through retail here, clean up if anybody's there. Right now I have plenty of mats for any one fight, especially if you're able to get a kill and that person drops more mats for you, so I'm not really stressing mats right now. Late game, end game, top 5, top 10 scenarios, you're going to want more mats than this. Especially with how people rocket spam this season, you're going to be throwing up walls constantly. With no white heals here, I'm going to want to stay as far in front of the storm as possible. Love those rocks, those boulders pick up 100 stone in about 5 seconds. You can't really beat that. Gotta love Fortnite. Random armchairs on the top of hills. Always a staple of Fortnite. You gotta love it. In this scenario, I would prefer not to get zoned, to have to rotate in rather than have everybody rotate in on me. Try to keep the action in front of me. Only got about 7 people here. 6 others. Doesn't look like there's any fishing spots left here, but I would love it if there were, to pick up some floppers. I'd like to kind of get in here on the coast, rotate through these buildings to get out of the open. Upgrade my sniper here. Obviously that fighting was very close and nobody went down, so there's 2 people nearby. I don't know where that rocket was going, but we got one guy west here. Now with this rotation, I'd like to capture the edge of the beach there to the east. Very unlikely that anybody else will be out here, and there's an opportunity to grab high ground right here. Grab a 3rd big pot. But we have somebody above me. I'm trying to get a snipe on him. Able to laser that guy, and he stole my kill. That's okay though. This guy is a complete spammer, and he's doing a good job rotating out of sniper shots. My plan here is going to be to rotate away from this guy. He's drawing a lot of attention to himself. Just me and this guy up top, and then this guy in the building. Problem is I wasn't able to capture high ground, and now they're spamming me out, making me burn a lot of shields and mats. But I've got to make a play here to try to get height. And GG's. Just couldn't get height here. Yep. Couldn't get height, getting spammed from two sides. Solos this season is pure rocket spams and AR spams, super frustrating. I think it's a really lame move to rocket spam in solos. I think it's super cheesy, but that's how people are cheesing out wins. I don't think there's a lot of skill involved in what this guy's doing. He just got the hill and wants to spam anybody on either side. But really weak effort from the trooper over there. That guy was very good at doing damage and strafing. He had good aim and very difficult to land a snipe on. GG's, buddy. I haven't played solos in about a week, so a lot of catching up to do, a lot of sweats to deal with. Always thank the bus driver. It's rule number 1 of Fortnite. I'll play this one a little hotter, go Weeping Woods. I can show you guys where to land. Weeping Woods, where you can pretty much get 3 chests in really the first 30 seconds of the game. Now it is a big area with a lot of cover, so it can be tricky. You can have a lot of people to deal with. And then you have really good players like to land at Slurpy Swamp. They'll be rotating up. I have somebody with me, so I've got to try to get my spot on this building here, which probably all these guys are going for if they know where it is, but it'll put me at the advantage if I can get to it, which is right here. And this guy looks like he wants to 50-50 me, and GG's. It's one of the most aggro plays I've ever seen. He got it. GG's. That dude's on cocaine. Actually, that's not even GG's. You're just a nerd. Let's run that back. It's a super petty move to 50-50 someone and then pickaxe them while they're landing a chest, but if you're that desperate, bro. Picking up the burst there as your first weapon is not ideal, especially close quarters. If I had gotten the tack, would have disposed of that witch. Tack or SMG would have been better, but it's the way the cookie crumbles when you 50-50 things. Really looking forward to watching the games today. One of family friends who has the most insane sports bar in their house. Good people, some good beers, good food. Sounds like I have somebody near me. Maybe not. Got a legendary chest here, you can tell by the sound. In this game, I don't think I'm going to rock a sniper. It really hasn't helped me today in solos. Want something a little bit spammier like an SMG. Definitely enjoy sniping in squads and duos when one of your teammates has the other team's attention. You get some cheeky headshots from a flank. Solos, the sniper can be pretty obsolete late game if the other player is engaged and aware. Last game we went for the 50-50 at a hot spot. 50-50 meaning you and the other player know you're landing at the same chest, hoping for the same chest, and you're rolling the dice. This game went a little more passive. Want to give myself the opportunity to loot up uncontested. Last season and every season before this, I definitely preferred the pump shotgun, but the pump shotguns are an absolute choke right now if they're not purple or gold. So tack all the way. The tack's giving you, in most cases, as much or more damage than pumps, and the fire rate is significantly better. I mean, I've gotten hilariously low headshot damage with pumps this season. So it's really not worth the fire rate. This is a good landing spot. The problem is, and just like with Frenzy Farms, so many people are going to be rotating in from pretty much every direction that you sort of have to get in and get out. Just like to scoop up some more minis if I could. There we go. This is about as good a early game loadout as you could hope for. You got a really good tac shotgun, solid SMG, and a gold scar, which is a beast. 4 minis, 3 medkits, over 1,000 mats. Really good starting point. And like I said, you want to rotate out of those farm areas pretty quickly unless you're going for high kill games, because people are going to be collapsing on them, rotating through them. And at this point, the only thing that can make my loadout better is replacing that SMG with a P90 and replacing that tack with gold or purple, but otherwise I'm pretty set up here. Already down to 23 players, but very likely that there's players coming in from Craggy and Steamy. Now very quickly here I can get max wood, and that's pretty early to get max wood. I really hate fighting on bridges. The building can be very awkward and clunky, as you saw in my first solo today. And there's just far too many openings to get sniped at or AR'd. And your only real escape is to go down into the water below if you get pinched or pushed. And then you're sort of a sitting duck. I've heard people talk about this area right here as a good solo drop, just because there's 3 chests. Which is interesting. But it's unlikely that you're going to be set up, because right here you have 2 of the same gun, a pump, an AR, and 3 minis. That's not the best. But if you're going super passive and you want 3 chests off the rip, you might get lucky. And this season you can guarantee that all 3 of those chests will be there, which is a nice feature. It sounds like somebody might have triggered a zombie over here at Risky Reels. And there we go. It's unfortunate for this player that that's so loud. He's just sort of going about his business. We got 2 players here actually. Broke both their shields. It's a good start, disrupting them. Looks like he got 1 mini off and I broke it. And we got another player, 3rd party in here. Or 4th party, I should say. Really like the... Pop off a mini. Upgrade the scar. Sort of reload here. I guess I didn't get that mini. I'm gonna try to take height here. Guy just got a huge rocket hit on me. I can kind of go down here and heal up. Again, this cute fucking rocket hits keep sneaking through. And that's unbelievable. He spammed me with 3 rockets after getting, you know, him and his fight. We're both getting lit the fuck up. They wanted to disengage each other. I had them both on the ropes, but the rockets are extremely frustrating in solos this season. Extremely frustrating. I think they're a cheesy fucking move, but if you're playing solos, that's what you're gonna deal with. That's what you're gonna fucking deal with. I mean, the fact that this guy hit me twice with rockets and he didn't have the, I guess, the skill set to come in with the shotgun at the end. He had to hit me with a third rocket. That's the kind of players that are in solos this season, but it is what it is. That's why I'm running way more squads than solos. That was a frustrating game just because I was clearly lighting up both of those players. Neither one wanted to finish the other or engage the other. And then I had this one sneaking around, rocket spamming me, so it's the way it goes this season. Misty Meadows is a good solo spot. You could land Misty itself, but there's also a lot of good cabins in the area if you want to go super passive and kind of creep in late. We'll see how it goes when we get closer. It's sort of unbelievable how many people are using rockets as a primary weapon this season. When I do have the rocket, I tend to use it against structures when people overbuild, try to knock them down, but people are foregoing ARs and shotguns and just reloading their rocket. It's pretty frustrating. I think there are too many RPGs dropping in the game. But it is what it is. Now, I know that guy was going that side. I don't feel like 50-50ing right now. Pretty shitty. Pretty shitty. It's a good area to have a fishing pole. This big lake here in the middle and the streams running around have a bunch of fishing spots. Would like to get full shield and an AR here, then I can sort of push to the other side and try to take that guy out. Beautiful, that's a good upgrade. Get the full shield. Guess that shield chest is moved up. So that's one of the glitches I was talking about with zombies. Clearly he didn't hit me on my screen or touch me, but I still took 7 damage. Some things like that can make a difference in a fight, plus the fact that I just had to shoot 2 shotgun blasts could draw people to me. Definitely think they are a very frustrating addition right now that hopefully they patch out this next week. They were fun on Halloween. I mean, it's a pretty fun little Halloween gimmick, but as the days go on, definitely not something they should keep in the game. have a little bit of rocket rage right now. So, fortunately, I might annoy the next guy I play and do what everybody's been doing to me. I had a pretty tough job reading where those shots came from, but I'm thinking north. See if I can get a sight on this guy down here. I'm pretty sure he's down in the buildings here. I'd like to get height. So the guy didn't really want to engage. I guess he took some pot shots at me, but understanding that I just picked up a llama, he probably knows I have a lot of mats, probably doesn't want to engage in any kind of real fight. But I know he's one of those players who's going to be lurking around, waiting for a cheap shot. And even rocket ammo is way more common this season than it used to be. So you have a lot of players not only with a rocket launcher, but with 11, 12 rocket ammo to use, which is kind of insane, especially late game. Love carrying big pots, but you know, in this game, especially in solos, I think it's so important to also have a white heal of some kind, floppers or a medkit. That's a nice little low-key rotation through the southeast here, through the mountains. Probably an opportunity to loot up a little bit more, do some fishing, try to load up some floppers, which again in this meta are so clutch, so much better than a medkit. 2 floppers. Oh, we got another llama. 2 floppers is infinitely better than a medkit, especially when you're dealing with rockets and things like that. They just crack you. and with 2 llamas in one game, that's extremely rare. You can see I almost have max mats already, and I've done no real fighting, no real farming. The frustrating part here is I want to pick up that flopper, but carrying one is really not worth it, as opposed to having a pole and being able to stack 2 or 3 at a different spot down the line. As soon as I get in zone here, I'm gonna go AFK for a second. I have to multitask a little bit because I'm getting ready to go out. Well, hopefully I have a spot I can hold up, not get pressured when I'm away from the controller. Now it's looking like I won't find any more fishing spots. Would have been nice to keep that flopper, but I could probably find a medkit or something up in these mountains. I have my build sensitivity pretty high, which causes me to drop extra pieces, extra ramps and things when I'm building. But it's worth it when you're defensively building under pressure. And we have action pretty close here. I'm gonna just swap in this medkit. Three medkits. I want to get eyes on this sniper pretty quickly now. Not sure exactly how far he is. And I was pretty lucky, just caught him off guard. You could tell he was a good player, taking his time looting. And I will take that pump. But the SMG can be so lethal if you are able to get the jump on somebody, and he obviously had an amazing loadout and had a plethora of weapons to choose from here, so he was a little bit distracted. A little distracted here because I'm getting ready to go out, but hopefully I can lock in and make something happen here at the end. Probably gonna go a little bit more aggro than I normally would, but I'm in a hurry. Now I want to go for these care packages here, but I don't really need to with the loadout that I'm working with, the mats that I'm working with. And I think other players are going to sort of converge on those. Especially with two so close to each other. And I think where I am here on the guy's panicking. I don't want to give him time to heal up here. Now, obviously we traded more damage there than I would have liked, but I didn't feel like overbuilding there, and I wanted to just line up my last shot with the pump to finish him. Maybe I can grab a big pot here in this package. Now I'm running into some really good players here with good loadouts, good instincts, good building. But, you know, being able to get the jump on them here has really paid off. I rolled the dice there. I really fucking rolled the dice. Probably should have switched to my pump. One more bullet would have done it, but should have switched to my pump. Again, I'm in a hurry, a little distracted here. But GG's. Part 2 later on.